Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Rusty Relic Auto Salvage. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. We don't always smash stuff, sometimes we build stuff. I think the recent uptick that we had in buying junk cars and material that I talked about in the last video, I think that's become kind of more permanent. So I've had to make some business changes to keep up with that flow. We've also had some breakdowns of our rollbacks, and today's video is going to be a solution to said breakdowns. So without further ado, let's get started on this video. Well, at the time of recording this, the Freightliner is actually fixed, but like I was saying earlier, it was actually down. We had a fuel delivery issue in it, but like I said, it's fixed as of the time of recording. This truck, we've had hydraulics that have been getting progressively weaker and weaker. The PTO pump is only a year or two old when we had the truck built, and my suspicion is the valve body that's original to that bed, which is now 25-ish years old. My suspicion is the relief valve inside of it is bad. Unfortunately, it's a Keeler bed, and I can't get any information on the valve body that's supposed to go in there, unlike the Miller Industries, etc. I'd have to run a universal valve body, and those are on back order for a few weeks. The breakdown of this F650 was actually pretty interesting. It was in the middle of grabbing 7 cars off a customer, and he was pretty local to us. He was only about 10 minutes away, but it was downpouring pretty much the whole day. That's why all the sand and mud's all over the truck from having to go up and down the road. But the hydraulics went out, I think on car number 3. It would work if there was no weight on the bed, but once you put weight on the bed, it was pretty much over with. So what we ended up doing is he had a loader tractor on site, and we would push the vehicle on the bed and I'd tie it down, and then he'd use the loader tractor to help assist the bed so that way we could get it closed, and that way we could get all those cars out of there. Huge shout out to that guy for helping us out. That wouldn't have been able to happen otherwise, especially because at that time the Freightliner was still down. So super cool customer. I love my customers. My customers are awesome. So again, shout out to that guy. If he ends up watching this channel and watching this video, super thankful for you. So my solution is to go ahead and get a car hauler, and we're going to use one of my pickup trucks. And this does kind of gives us some advantages too. There is some places, because we're in a pretty rural area, there's some places that people put their junk cars that really a rollback has no business going into. Some of those wooded trails, or we've had some way out in cornfields where unless you got 4x4, there's no shot you're not getting it, or you got to winch this thing clear out from the other side of the field, and I don't always have time to mess around with stuff like that. So once we have both these rollbacks fixed, I'm probably going to sell one of them, not sure which one, and then we'll keep the truck and trailer for some of the situations that are maybe a little more sticky. They're not really for a rollback. Alrighty, got on the old marketplace. I found a car hauler that I think is going to fit our needs. It's in really, really nice shape. We're going to go ahead and drive 3 hours round trip and go pick it up. Well, it's the next day. Got the car hauler out in the barn. As you can see, we went to Harbor Freight, picked up one of those Badland Apex winches, and I went and got the universal mount just to save me some time. I didn't have any quarter wall steel, which is what that's made of. I only had 3/16 and then some big C-channel it wasn't wide enough to fit on there. So let me show you what I got mapped out so far. Got it set where I want it. Got it up on some C-channel that we actually used. If you look way back on our previous videos, when we made the drainage rack right out there, this is just some of the leftover steel from it. But I gotta get everywhere you see all the paint lines, I gotta get all that ground down. Then we're gonna go ahead and fire up the welder and get to buzzing this all on. Figured it'd be easier to just disconnect the trailer than mess around with the battery on the pickup truck, so that way I don't have any PCM issues with electrical current. I think just like everybody else says, it's not going anywhere. All right. Might start getting a little loud in here, guys. It's starting to rain. And the roof and the walls on this barn are all steel. So. I've had some of the older Badland winches and kind of mixed luck with them. I've heard a lot of really good things about these Apexes. Maybe you guys in the comments want to tell me if you guys have had experience with them and what you think. I definitely would be curious to know. So far, everything seems like it's a lot higher quality than the original Power 3 winches. Which is good. This winch is going to get used a lot. hate about these little square washers. Well, square nuts. Never seem to want to stay on. Clearance is definitely going to be tight. We didn't give a whole lot of room there. I'm thinking we will put a battery mount right below here. Something like that, but tucked in. And I'll have a place to store the battery. Otherwise, you gotta do the old carry it and set it on the frame. And yeah, I don't want to do that. Let's see what we got for room here. Now I do have enough to go with a full span in here. However, I don't really want to add that much weight to this trailer. So I think we're going to make do a different way. Alright, we're back. I had to do some deep pondering. Ultimately, at some point I'd like to build a chain box down in here. And I couldn't get the battery box to sit low enough for the type of battery I wanted to put in there. It would be way down in here, hanging real low, and I could see the problems with that, with us going out into like fields and whatnot to grab junk cars. So I'm thinking we'll mount the battery up high, and then I'll build a box later on for chains and stuff down here. Probably won't be for at least a few months till we get caught up on some other things. But for now, we're going to go ahead and get this buzzed in. see what we got for the wiring instructions. Alright, tidy up this wiring a little bit. Looks like everything functions. So. Took a minute for the winch in function to work. I'm not sure what was up with that. I don't know if the button was sticky or what exactly was going on. Oh, we got our temporary battery hold down on. Deck's all cleared off. And I say temporary because that is going to be temporary. I had to arc weld all this, which I'm not as familiar with. I've ran miles of MIG welding, and I'm comfortable enough with my arc welding to know that this is going to be solid. But that particular machine, the MIG torch died in it, and right now it's on back order for like 2 more weeks before I can get one. So for now, I would much rather build battery hold downs with the MIG gun rather than arc welding. It's going to be way easier for me. I've got a lot more experience with it. So that'll work for now. This will get this trailer up and going, so that way we're good to go. I don't have to sit here and wait. So again, very temporary. Don't torch me in the comments. I'm just doing the best I can with what I got right now. So But anyhow, let's get this cable spooled out. We'll get it pulled back in and hopefully be good to go. Well, now that that's squared away, we're going to go ahead and put the truck and trailer to work. I am working on a couple of other videos that I'm hoping I can have out this month yet, maybe next month. I got, I think, 4 that I'm working on right now. I figured I'd give you guys some updates. It's just been insanely busy around here, so I'm trying to keep up on top of that and get these videos taken care of. I really want to make good quality videos for you guys. I don't want to just shove out a bunch of videos that maybe they're good, maybe they're not. I'd rather just give you guys some good, high quality content. So, alright guys, that does it for this one. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. If you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button and share with your friends. And we will catch you guys on the next one. Later.